This morning we'll be chatting about changing a community's mindset. Is this even possible? What does it take? Is it something for the National Security Ministry to take care of? Is it something that we all can be part of? What are you doing? All right, joining us on set is Gary Grant, Community and Youth Specialist of the Citizen Security Program of the Ministry of National Security. Welcome, Mr. Grant.
Thank you very much. Good morning to the viewers.
Well, hats off to you. What is it like, and how long, first of all, have you been involved in this program, and what is it like to be working in these hotspot areas?
Well, I started working in the Citizen Security Program in March 2009, after working in the Ministry of Community Development for 5 years before that. I was drafted in this program because of my intimate relationship with the community. I actually grew up in Mobile Avantil, and here in the goals and objectives of the Citizen Security Program, because I'm a person that grew up in the community, I felt that this would have been a program that would have helped to alleviate some of the challenges within the community itself. So I joined the program and I started to work within the community.
Right. So you said that it was the goals and objectives of this program that really drew you. What are the goals and objectives of this program?
Well, it's to reduce crime and violence. It's to, within the community, domestic violence, child abuse, also youth-related violence within the community. And it do this through empowering the community itself. Because within the community of Laventille, there are many persons, you know, we always hear about the negative things that are happening in Laventille. But there are a lot of persons who are actually working on the ground and doing good work. But they didn't have the tools, the capacity that they need to actually to make a bigger difference than what they were already doing. So the Citizen Security Program empowers these individuals, empowers these community groups and organizations, so they can make a greater impact on the community itself.
All right, so I want to get to the root of the problem here. So you spoke about the capacity and tools that were not readily available. All right, so let's talk a little bit about some of those issues. The capacity and tools. I'd like to talk a little bit about parents, the role of parents and mentorship programs. How do you begin to address these issues? Obviously, you have to identify the root causes.
Well, actually, that is what the program do. We actually attack the root causes of crime or delinquency within the community itself, and parenting is actually one. So what we would have done, we would have initiated several parenting training workshops within the community itself, where we were able to target young parents within the community so that we could give them a better idea on how to communicate with their children, how to grow them up, because one of the things that we recognize is that there are a lot of youth that are left unattended within the community. And there are a lot of young parents who really don't have the skills that they need to really bring up their children in the right way. And there are also children who might have been born to a family who might have been involved in gangs and violence. So those youths being exposed to that, you find that because of that, they would eventually end up going along that pathway. So we had programs to address parenting and to give them the skills that they need, that they will be able to bring up their children in the right way.
You know, Mr. Grant, you know, we have an issue with gangs. As you know, you've seen our newscast. Why are gangs so attractive these days?
Well, gang is like a family, you know. And added to that, gang wields a certain amount of power within the community. So you as a young person growing up in a community and seeing that the gang lord could actually command a level of respect within the community, seeing that they have money, seeing that they have the nicest girls, seeing that the kind of power that they wield. So you see that now, they're looking attractive to you. You see them having big contracts and able to drive nice cars and commanding a whole squad of guys, and it's like a family, and each one of them looking out for each other. If you have a need, they could provide the need. So you see that now as a youth, and you coming out from probably a single parent unit where you don't have enough to eat, or you probably don't have a father figure. You see all of this now, it will cause you to want to gravitate towards that because of how attractive it looks. And that is exactly what is happening within the communities.
And then it makes your role so much more challenging. How do you even begin to pull a youth out of that family unit?
Well, the first thing you have to do, you have to build relationships. It's about relationship. Because when we go into the community, we try to reach to the gatekeepers. We deal with everybody, the gangs, every person within the community. And they try to build a relationship with them. They try to listen to them. They try to hear what the issues that
Wait, so you build a relationship with the gang members and the gang leaders even?
Everybody within the community. Because in treating with crime or treating with whatever issues you have to deal with the community, everybody have to be on board. Okay. And in some communities, if like the gang leaders or the persons who are involved in crime, not really involved or you're not interacting with them, it could have some difficulties. Because, I mean, even self, you might see some of these guys involved in criminal gang leaders. Sometimes they want the men under them, especially the younger ones. They will tell you, see if you get this youth involved in our program and see what we can do for this youth. So we also work with them too within the community because every person have to be on board. So we don't leave out them and say because they are part of a gang or whatever. These are the persons that we are actually trying to reach them. And if you're trying to reach them, you have to approach them, you have to build relationships with them in order to help to bring them out. And one of the things too is the examples. You can't be telling them to do the right thing and telling them to be involved in positive things and then you set in the wrong examples and even involving yourself in some of the things that they might be doing. You have to continue to be a positive role model and an example to them. In spite of the fact that you're building a relationship with them, it don't mean that you have to get involved in what they are doing within the community or otherwise. Your job or even, I mean, you can't see it as a job. If you're just going in there just for the money or just for a job, I mean, you ain't gonna last. It had to be a passion, it had to be something that you really want to do.
Now, have you seen lives transformed under your watch as a result of what you have been a part of?
Well, within the communities that we have worked in within Laventille, we have seen a reduction of crime. And individually, we have seen a lot of youths who were involved in crime and now involved in either MyLat, MyPart, who we would have sent to take part in different training programs or different activities that would have been taking place in the community, and you see that they're changing their life. But we have to understand it's not although we might hear crime happening within Laventille, it's not the whole community, it's not all the youths, it's a very small numbers who might be part of it. Right? But not because it's a small number, you will neglect them. You have to reach them too. There are a lot of positive stories that are not highlighted within the community itself. There are a lot of youths who could be posters or examples for the youths within the community. Who, if we could highlight their story, they will be influencers or they could impact the life of the young people within the community. But you find that these things are not highlighted. So because they are not highlighted and the negative is highlighted, you find that will be the inspiration for the youths.
The stigma is a psychological issue. Now, what are other areas? You mentioned Laventille being one of the communities. What other areas is this program currently at?
Well, this program is in the east, being Arima, in Pinto Road, Samaru Village. We are also in St. Joseph. We are in Farm Road. We are in Digo Martin. We are in Covine. We are in the whole of East Port of Spain itself. We are also in Sandy Grande. We are also in Tobago. So it's spread out. We are not in every community. We are about 100 communities, but we are not in every community.
Okay. Now, as you saw in our newscast, in East Port of Spain, there were fiery protests by residents and all of that as a result of a police shooting. What can be done to avoid incidents like this, and what role does your program play in this?
Well, I think one of the things that have to be done, it should have proper communication. That is key. And when these kind of things happen, relationship, I come back to relationship because the police need to have a better relationship with the community. If the police have a better relationship with the community, these things wouldn't happen. And I know that the police have started to have a better relationship with them through a program called Hearts and Mind, where they were interacting with the community, they were taking the youths out to have different activities, they were spending time in the community and building that relationship. So you find that the police have a better relationship with the community. When these type of things happen, or it probably could even prevent things like that happening. Because if you have a good relationship with the community and somebody is wanted to have a warrant or something, because of the relationship that the police have with the community, I mean, they could actually go in and probably have the proper dialogue and interaction and be able to still arrest the person and take them out without it reaching to what happened there. Now, I don't know the details of what happened, right? But relationship is key. Even with the police and all these different stakeholders that work within the community, relationship is key to having a better relationship with the community.
So would you say that the strategy that you all have used so far would be to employ persons who belong to a particular community to be directed to those communities as part of the program? So for instance, if you're from the Morvai area, that is the program that you target, that is the area that you target because of the relationship. That is a criteria.
Well, what we do, well, as I said, we work with all the different stakeholders in the community, whether it might be external like might be community development, might be MyLat, MyPart, whoever has stakeholders in the community, we work with them. and we collaborate with them to do different initiatives within the community itself. And all the community groups, the FBOs, the CBOs, individuals in the community are doing good work. We empower them, and we also work with them to bring about stability and to even bring about change within the community itself. So we have to work with everybody across the board within the community itself. So we work with them. Right, and we also bring out different external agencies to provide different training opportunities and to do different projects in the community that would empower the community. One of the things that we recognized when we went in the community, there are a lot of ad hoc groups within the communities, groups that weren't registered, groups that didn't have equipment to do training and things like that, so we empower them. We took them and we trained them, helped them to do proposal writing, helped them with communication skills, capacity building, and so that the NGO could be, and even help them to register properly. So you'll find that we would have met ad hoc groups, but now we have groups that are functioning effectively within the community itself and doing the work that they're supposed to do. We also help them to come up with community safety plans where all the communities could come together. And because they are persons, they are the stakeholders, they are the persons that will live within the community, they will know exactly what are their safety concerns, and they will also know what needs to be done in order to address these safety concerns. So we did all of that with them, and we continue to work within the communities.
Now, personally, for you, having been part of this program for so many years, has it been a walk in the park? What are some of the challenges you have faced? Were there moments that you thought, am I in the right thing? What am I doing?
It hasn't always been a walk in the park, especially in the initial stages, because coming from the Ministry of National Security, you find a level of mistrust. Person might feel, well, there's a police thing when they come in to inform. But then when they start to show them love and they start to empathize with them and they realize that this person really care, then after you find that they start to open up. So it'll be like on a trial period, you know, they might try to challenge you, they mightn't pay no mind, but you being persistent and you being passionate and you continue to seek after their interests, then you find they start to open up and they start to discuss issues, and then you start to be able to develop different programs, and that is when you really start to work. But it hasn't always been a walk in the park. I mean, there are other times when even protests like this happen within the community, and we had to go into the community and try to talk to the persons who are involved and let them know, well, there's not a way to do it. Let me try to do it a different way. Let me try to have a meeting with the police or with whatever the issue was. Let us try and address it in a different way. So there have always been, it will never be a walk in the park. There will always be issues and challenges that come up. But once you have a relationship, which is key, once you have trust in the community, you could overcome any challenges.
One thing you spoke about earlier was the issue where you have single parents, sometimes just mothers, there are no father figures, and it's very easy for a young man to be attracted to a gang because he sees a gang leader or gang members as his role models. What advice do you have for single parents? I mean, it's just so much that they can do.
Well, I would tell them to pay keen attention to their children. And I mean, it might be difficult to say to find time to interact with them and to build a solid relationship with them. Because sometimes a single parent, I mean, you have to go and work, and because you have to work, you might have nobody to see about your children. So therefore, you have to leave your children. But you have to instill proper moral and discipline, proper values into your children, and build a solid relationship with them and try to be attentive to them and be there for them. And also find persons who are positive role models to also be part of their life and also involve them in a lot of positive activities that will keep their time.
All right, Mr. Grant, it definitely was a pleasure chatting with you. Congratulations to you. We commend you for the work that you're doing, and we hope to chat with you again soon.
Thank you very much.